Growing up, I've always been a quiet kid. And I know it sounds cliche, but I really was. And I've oftentimes been misunderstood as a cold person because apparently I do not seem very friendly. When I was in the first grade, I was actually, well, fortunately or unfortunately, double promoted to the third grade directly. And obviously, as the youngest among my classmates, I felt like an outcast because my friends from the first grade didn't want to hang out with me anymore, and the others from the third grade thought of me as the junior. So I was left in the middle, stuck, feeling like I didn't belong anywhere at all. Fast forward to high school, I was getting better, and I made great friends, and I also participated in various events of the school. And I was also part of the school choir. And just when I thought I had gained confidence, it suddenly hit me that I could actually only do it because I was part of the group and that I couldn't do it alone. So this hit me because it was like a punch in the face, to be honest. And also a few years ago, very recently, probably during lockdown, I was going through this phase where I was mentally struggling a lot. And it was so bad that I was starting to hate myself. And as a person with anxiety, it kind of made it worse. I was at this point where I felt like I had no worth. I felt so worthless and so useless, like I had no purpose at all. And one day suddenly I came across this one verse from the Bible, 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 7, and it says, "Cast all your anxiety on him, for he cares." Let me repeat that. 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 7. "Cast all your anxiety on him, for he cares." Now I know this may sound simple and very obvious. People would probably read it once and not go through it again. But this simple line struck me, and it kind of changed my life entirely. Because when I was probably at the lowest point in my 19 years of life, when I was feeling worthless and useless and feeling anxious about myself every single day, this verse helped me realize that there was someone most high that cared for me, that cared for someone like me. And I'm a believer. I was born Christian, pastor's kid, and I was, at this point, I was beginning to question my faith. And to question my faith that I had been believing in for almost as long as I could remember, it was like I was questioning my own self, my own identity. And I'm not saying all of these things to make a grand point or anything, but to say that I still struggle with faith every day. I do not question it anymore, but I still struggle with it. And there are other things in life that we may struggle with, perhaps on a daily basis. Now there's this song by one of my favorite artists, Taylor Swift, and I was actually inspired a lot from this song. In fact, my topic is literally the title of this song, "This Is Me Trying." In this song, there's this lyric that says, "They told me all of my cages were mental, so I got wasted like all my potential." Let me repeat that. "They told me all of my cages were mental, so I got wasted like all my potential." Now in one of her interviews, studio session actually, she also talks about mental illnesses and addictions and things we struggle with every single day. Now, while we struggle with these things every single day, no one acknowledges us or pats us on the back every single day. But we are actively fighting for it. Even internally, even people may not even know about it, that we are, struggling with things. But we are actively fighting, and no one gives us credit for it. Now there's also this one reference of a person. Well, he's been trying and failing in all aspects of life, be it relationships or mental health. And this person is driving. And he's driving and he comes across a cliff, right, on the road. And while he comes across the cliff, he thinks to himself that, in this very moment, he could do anything he wants that could possibly change things forever. He could just simply jump off the cliff or something and put an end But this person decides not to jump off the cliff and simply goes back home. Now this idea of us struggling every single day and not going back to that dark place, and by this dark place I mean the struggles we face with every single day, and this person who's driving and comes across the cliff and deciding not to go back or not to jump off the cliff and go back simply to his home is itself an act of trying. Similarly, me here standing and actually taking part in this event, and not just imagining fake scenarios in my head like I do all the time, but actually standing here and being able to speak is me trying.